This is Valmiki Ramayan, Season 7, Episode 9. The Vanar army bounces back. Injdrajit's arrows had grievously injured Ram and Lakshman. So many arrows were lodged in their bodies that they looked like porcupines, shalyako iva. As they lay unconscious on the ground, Hanuman, Angad, Neel and others formed a protective circle around them, guarding them against further attacks. Vikshamana dishas sarvah tiryagurdhvam javanarah truneshvapi chacheshtatsu rakshasa iti menire. The Vanaras vigilantly kept looking all around and up and down. Even if there was a slight movement in the grass, they checked to see if it was a Rakshas. In Lanka, Ravan was under the impression that Ram and Lakshman were dead. He called the Rakshasis guarding Sita and told them merrily, "Tell Sita that Indrajit has killed her dearest Ram and Lakshman. Take the Pushpak Viman and show her their dead bodies. Now for sure, she will be mine." The Rakshasis brought Sita to the battlefield. From their vantage point in the air, they could see Ram and Lakshman lying on the ground, struck with numerous arrows. Sita assumed the worst. But the Rakshasi Trijata assured her, "This army does not look like it has lost its leader. The way they are standing around the bodies, I am sure Ram and Lakshman are only unconscious, not dead. Don't worry, they will revive soon." Sita prayed, "May your words be true. Evamastu." And then the Rakshasis took her back to the Ashokvan. Note how Valmiki has referred to the Pushpak Viman in a matter-of-fact way. He writes as though his readers will know about flying vehicles. After some time, Ram regained consciousness. But he was heartbroken to see Lakshman lying beside him, struck by the deadly arrows. He recalled what all Lakshman had done for him and said, "Na Lakshmana samo bhrata." There can be no brother like Lakshman. Ram started losing hope, and he told Sugriv, "You have been a true friend. You have done everything possible. Your people fought bravely. Now you can go back to Kishkinda." The Vanaras were teary-eyed. Just then, Vibhishan came back after doing a round of the camp. In a weak moment, the Vanar soldiers mistook Vibhishan for his nephew Indrajit, and they panicked. They thought that Indrajit was back to hunt them down. They started running away in terror, falling over each other. Thankfully, Sugriv took charge of the situation. He told everyone to calm down and look carefully. It was Vibhishan, not Indrajit. And the war was far from over. He would lead them to victory even if Ram and Lakshman were out of action. Sugriv vowed, "Aham tu Ravanam hatva Maithilim anayishyami." I will kill Ravan and I will bring Sita back. Sugriv then asked Sushen if they should take Ram and Lakshman back to Kishkinda to recover. But Sushen advised otherwise. "We must quickly administer 2 medicinal herbs, Sanjeevani and Vishalyakarani. These herbs are found on the Chandra and Drona mountains." Just then, a Garud appeared on the scene. The Garuds were a forest-dwelling community that dressed like eagles. The Garud deftly removed all the arrows from Ram and Lakshman's bodies and nursed their wounds. In no time, they were feeling much better.
What about the famous episode of Hanuman bringing the Sanjeevani herb?
That comes later. In this incident, it appears that the Garud brought with him the herbs required for the treatment. Forest dwellers to this day have extraordinary knowledge of the healing properties of various herbs. Ram looked at the Garud with gratitude and asked him, "Who are you?" The Garud replied, "Aham sakha te ka kutsth." I am your friend, O Ram. You understand dharma and you always uphold satya. I heard that you were in trouble and rushed to help you. Fortunately, I made it here in time. Please be careful. These Rakshasas don't fight fair. With that, the Garud went away. Note the immense goodwill for the Ikshwakus among people across the land. So many of them went out of their way to help Ram. King Guha in Shringaverpur, Jatayu in Panchavati, and now this Garud in Lanka. Seeing Ram and Lakshman back on their feet, the Vanaras shouted in delight. They were charged up once again. They beat their drums and picked up their weapons, tree trunks and rocks. Visrajanto mahanadan, trasayanto nishacharan, Lanka dwaranyupa jagmuh, yodhukamah plavangamah. Roaring with confidence, challenging the Rakshasas, thirsting for a fight, the Vanaras started closing in on the gates of Lanka. Iti ha asa. That is how it happened.